guys, thanks for being here, and for this video I'm just going to be painting over a sketch I did. It's a relatively simple sketch, so I want to amp it up with some gouache. I'm going to paint this in a relatively simple way, not adding a lot of detail. I just want my mind to relax and not add so much pressure on myself to paint something perfect. You might recognize this sketch that I posted on Instagram. I will leave the Instagram link here, or you can also find my Instagram information in the description box below. In my next video, I'm going to be painting a full portrait in gouache as a tutorial, so be sure to subscribe and click the notification if you want to be notified of the video when it's up. You are also very appreciated if you subscribe, as this helps this channel grow. And of course, I can keep on making content like this for you to enjoy. So back to the painting, I call it a moment in fantasy. I love fantasy and I love sparkle, so I also included a little of that in this art piece. I'm using my Lucas gouache as well as my Reeves gouache for this painting, and a very small detailed brush for most of the painting, especially the face area. I think this brush is called Prime Art Gold TF, and it's a number 0 brush. It's kind of a brush that you can mix and use gouache and acrylics to paint with. I have ordered a set of Maya Jelly gouache and I want to try them out, as I've heard a lot of good things about painting with that set. I will release a video of my experience with that gouache as soon as I received that set. I used a rubber eraser just to lighten the graphite a little, but it did not work quite as well, so I will just paint over this and see what happens. I also haven't sealed the artwork, so yeah, let's see how this art piece turns out. The nice thing about using gouache is that it reactivates easily with water, and it blends the paint layers quite well if that is what you intended to accomplish. Even if the paint's already dried on the page, you can still blend them because of the easily reactivation that the water creates with the paint. I would say that if it is not what you intended, you should be careful not to use too much water so the bottom layers does not react. I normally paint separate colors on separate areas, and if I really have to blend on top of each other, I will. Otherwise, I try to avoid to keep the colors quite bright and not let it get as muddy. The only downside for me painting with gouache is that it dries very quickly, and I usually have a spray bottle of water close by to activate it. We have quite hot weather most of the year, so that tends to be a problem, but I still prefer using gouache as a medium for most of my artwork. Gouache is quite a difficult medium to start with, but as soon as you get the paint, then it's a wonderful medium, and now I'm actually using gouache most of the time. I prefer it. It's a wonderful thing to paint with. So for this piece, I'm using my Reeves Burnt Sienna, my white from the Lucas and the pink from the Lucas to mix my skin tone. It is quite a small face that I have to paint, so I struggled a little with getting in the detail. I also wanted to use girly colors for this painting, such as pinks and purples. It is just a dreamy, relaxing art piece that I'm trying to achieve. The reason I'm gonna try out the Maya Jelly gouache is that with the Reeves, I usually struggle to get a nice opaque consistency without the paint drying too soon. Reeves is a nice starting paint, but I would not recommend it for more professional artworks, as it will frustrate you. The Lucas gouache is okay, but the color range for me is not that great, and also it is pretty expensive. I included clouds in this art piece because I really struggle with clouds to get that nice fluffy effect that a cloud should have, and especially with gouache I mixed and still got that streaky dried out effect, so this took quite a while to just get it to look like clouds, but yeah, so anyway, with this image, I think I combined 4 or 5 reference images. The face and the body that is not from the same girl, and the sky is a combination of about 3 photos. I like to combine images to create a total new scene which is my own. I will have a Skillshare class available soon which will teach you how to brainstorm and create an art piece that tells a story. I don't know about you, but my biggest struggle as an artist is coming up with new ideas of what to paint. This technique that will be available on Skillshare will cover that struggle as well as artist block and how to overcome it. I also think that this process will help you find your art style and give you a little insight of what you like to create as an artist, as this is great practice to come up with ideas of what you like and to brainstorm images and things that tickles your interest. If you are interested in a class like this and want to be notified when it's up, you can also consider subscribing and clicking the notification bell, as I will announce the new Skillshare class on YouTube and Instagram when it's up. The link to my current Skillshare classes will be in the description box, and I think you can also get a month or so for free when subscribing. I know there's a saving if you go through my link and subscribe to the Skillshare community. So the colors I decided to use for this piece is not from the reference images except for the moon. I tried to just paint from my imagination and not make it too perfect. I tried to achieve just a visually stimulating image rather than something that is full of detail and takes a long time to paint. I really enjoyed painting this as it didn't take too long to paint, and it still gave me that satisfaction of finishing something that is beautiful and looks nice and cute. So yes, this was quite fun for me. So I hope this was enjoyable to you and that you found it interesting and satisfying to watch. So thank you guys for watching this paint process with me, and yeah, I will see you in the next video, and that will be soon. Bye guys.